Hello, my shining stars, Leos. When Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius transits Leo's fifth house, it brings attention to creativity, romance, art, inspiration, children, projects that inspire you, and of course, it's the house of pleasures. House 5 is ruled by Leo. That's why Leos will feel it a lot. And Mercury retrograde offers you the time to slow down, to reevaluate how you approach love, relationship without responsibility, fun, pleasures, children, and of course your personal business, your personal projects, because house 5 is the house of personal business. Mercury retrograde asks you to pause and examine whether these areas of your life are fulfilling or something needs adjustment. This means that you might revisit the creative ideas that you had previously, reconsidering the romantic dynamic in your relationships. With Sagittarius influence, you will be encouraged to think big on an international level and reflect on how these elements of your life fit into a broader personal journey. Just keep in mind that your ex-lovers might remember you and re-enter your life. It's a good time for reconciliation and coming back to the situations where you've been before with people who you've been before. But if you part on a not good conditions, be aware those people will be back into your life. What will be your position? Think in advance and prepare yourself for conversations or facing your ex-partners, ex-lovers. It can be romantic or it can be in business as well. Since Leo naturally loves to shine, and this retrograde Mercury might challenge you to explore more authentic ways of expressing yourself and finding joy. Retrograde Mercury shadow corridor starts on November 15th and will go up to November 16th and plus 10 days after. It can be the shadow corridor of to the retrograde Mercury. So this November and December, it will be less of being in the spotlight, but more of being true to yourself, to your values and your goals. So what would be nice to do during this time? Revisit your creative projects and personal business ideas that you had previously. And it's a wave of luck with everything connected with the past, with some old stuff, maybe retro or antique business. Second, reflect on romantic relationship, and usually house 5 is the romantic relationship without responsibilities because marriage is a house 7. Right now, your retrograde Mercury will be in your house 5, ruled by Leo, and the fact that we will have Sun in Ophiuchus in the 13th zodiac sign, the sign of alchemists and hidden knowledge, will give you extra layer of complexity and understanding. Basically, it's a new comprehensive level, as well as you can elevate yourself to the next spiritual level regarding joy, pleasure, and fun. Third, remember which hobbies you had in the past, and if you have a will to continue them or to renew something. It's time to get back to something that made you happy in the past. Fourth, practice patience and self-expression. Communication can be tricky during the retrograde Mercury. I have a separate video about retrograde Mercury in Sagittarius. You might check it out and it will give you better understanding what to expect on a general level, because not everybody around you are Leos, so you will know how to deal with certain situations. The advice here for you, dear Leos, is to communicate clearly and less dramatically. Okay, four things to avoid. Avoid starting a new project. Everything new, launching new campaign will set algorithms for dissatisfaction or for failure or for delays, for rescheduling. It's not a good time for any new beginnings, business, launching campaigns, advertising campaigns, unless it was pre-planned before and it's just a continuation of the project that you had before. Retrograde Mercury has tendency to bring unexpected events. Avoid to start any new romantic relationships. Everything new, any new person, take your time. Do not jump into relationships, not yet. The algorithms of retrograde Mercury sets programs for dissatisfaction, for unexpected, I would say, underwater reefs that are not visible to a naked eye. So most probably the person who you will meet will be like iceberg that you can see only the top, but the bigger part is unknown and you will not like it. This is not the time to start new relationship, but you can continue dating if you would like to, but do not elevate your relationships to the next level. The only thing it's nice to reconcile with ex-lovers, ex-partners, as I mentioned before. Retrograde Mercury is great for revision, analysis, auditing, reviewing, examining. You will have energy and you will get pleasure from that. Third, watch out for drama in the relationships because retrograde Mercury has tendency to stir up the drama that can lean into the conflicts, and because Pluto is changing right now the signs, please watch your horoscope for November. You will have a better understanding that the changes that will be in November will have long-term consequences. Fourth, avoid conflicts with children. People who have kids, they know that it's almost impossible to avoid different conflicts, but please do not be aggressive because retrograde Mercury sets the algorithms for deepen the childhood traumas, and the whole point of parenting is to avoid your trauma and kids' traumas. So please avoid conflicts with children. Retrograde Mercury creates misunderstandings, so it's better to approach any changes slowly and with clear communication. And just a bonus point, avoid scammers. Retrograde Mercury is the time when scammers will be very lucky, and as you know, fraud criminals right now are very creative. And because Leo sign is very beautiful, shiny, fashionable, you always attract people into your circles. So be very cautious with new acquaintances and new friends, new partners. Do not share your personal information. Do not invite strangers home. Use your common knowledge and listen to your intuition. Think of this period of retrograde Mercury as the period to focus on quality over quantity. It's about reconnecting with people who you've been before and who brought joy to you before. Also keep in mind, if somebody in the past took money from you and they reappear during these 2 weeks, they will do the same thing as they did last time. So please don't step on the same rakes again. When retrograde Mercury goes direct in the middle of December, you'll be ready to express yourself more confidently and authentically, and any creative projects and romantic relationships, connections and attachments will have a nice, solid foundation to thrive upon. I wish you to have a wonderful period of retrograde Mercury, the time of second chances. I appreciate your comments and likes. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this type of information. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.